Perfect. I'm trying to be positive, G.
Yeah, this intro fits perfectly. Yeah.
Man, I don't give a hell.
I don't.
My name is T.
All right, we're live with the countdown rolling.
There it is.
40 seconds to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Thursday night, late night.
Late night edition. Jerry gonna be Jerry. You heard him again. Talking crazy like he always do. He 83. I don't know why people think he's different. He's 83.
Drinking beers, smoking joints.
There it is.
83-year-old GM. Playing us all.
Did you hear what we just said?
Playing us for fools.
83-year-old GM.
This is where you come if you want to hear the truth.
Truth.
If you don't like the truth,
don't come here.
You should probably change the channel.
Yeah, because we got to be the truth tellers. Because at the end of the day,
and this, it's the new show, the BGJ Show.
Yeah.
We're gonna pop this on here. Here's your host, Big James.
Oh, that's perfect.
What are we talking about?
That's perfect right there. If you want to give any kind of an intro, that's beautiful right there. Hey ho, it's our $10. You can holler if y'all like, but you know what? We here, and this is what the season on the brink.
Season on the brink. Whoa!
I was about to say you can't do that.
That wasn't good.
I was about to say you can't do that the whole. You can't do that the whole show.
He's still a little rusty.
He said you can't do that the whole show. But yeah, man, it's the season on the brink, dog. Because we were just talking about it off air. This Cardinals game, I actually said Cowboys would be 5-3-1 at this point. I said the only loss they would have, G, would be against the Broncos. I looked at the my calculations on this year. So they're 3-4-1, right? So they played 8 games.
Well, you didn't predict the one.
I didn't predict the one. But I said they were going to upset the Packers. And they played out of their mind because remember the week before they played like poo-poo against the Bears. Yep. And I said they're going to play out their mind and play against the Packers. So only 2 ones I've really been wrong because I'm going to say I was right on the Packers. The Carolina Panthers, you should have won that. And then
the Bears.
No, I called the Bears.
Oh, okay.
I said we were going to lose against the Bears. The only one I've been wrong is Carolina Panthers.
So they're 3-4-1.
And you can count Green Bay because it's nothing. It's a tie.
And second in the division, right?
Who?
Cowboys.
That's
at 3-4-1, second in division.
And that's terrible.
Eagles 6-2.
And that's terrible. What are the Commanders? 3-5?
Yep. 3-5. Or no, they might be 3-4 because they had a bye. So I think they're 3-4.
They're 3-4, but Dallas beat them. But we knew the regression was coming with them. I've been said it with Dan Quinn. You feel me, dog?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn starts fast, burns quick after that. He was going to do that. So ain't nobody worried about no damn Commanders or no Dan Quinn. Even though I do like Jaden Daniels. He's legit. But Dan Quinn, nobody's scared of him.
What's that you're drinking on? I see you got something in your cup.
Hazy Jane.
Hazy Jane by Brewdog.
G just introduced this to me. First time I'm tasting it. I like it. I like it a lot. Hazy Jane. It's a smooth ass beer. Is it a lager?
It's an IPA.
IPA. I like this beer. So it's a very good beer. It's a smooth beer. New England style.
I got a Brewdog Hop Fiction here I'm about to crack open.
Did you already crack open one already?
I've had this is my third. But yeah, we got a packed lineup tonight. Obviously back live here, rebranded the BGJ Show. This is what it is now. We're right here live on Big Game James Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that Cowboys-Broncos game. We're going to do a mid-season grade on the coaching staff, what it's done up to this point.
Shout out to everybody.
We're going to talk Cowboys-Cardinals. We're going to get into contracts. We're going to talk about some things that have been said by ownership this week. We're talking some Dak Prescott and the front office overall. So starting with that Cowboys-Broncos game, that was a game that was riddled by penalties. A lot of penalties in that one, pre-snap penalties, the fundamental stuff. But this is what the Cowboys do. You said it last week. So how'd you feel about that game? Obviously, you might not be surprised because this is kind of what you expect already.
I mean, I said they were going to lose this game. I thought they could surprise this game, but the closer we got to the game, G, I said, oh, boy. I said, it's going to be a lot of pressure on this offense, G. And I made the tweet. I always go back to the Twitter, G. I always go back to the Twitter. And I say, is the Dallas Cowboys offense that been humming, it's a lot of pressure on y'all today. Are they going to lay an egg? And what happened? They laid the egg just like I knew they were going to lay the egg against the Bears. Whenever you need the Cowboys offense the most, G, when they playing against the Giants and they playing against the Jets and they playing against teams, ain't no pressure, right? Going crazy. And I ain't disrespecting the offense, but it's just the truth, right? When you need it the most, it ain't there. And Dallas needed that offense because we already knew that defense was going to be terrible against the Broncos. We already knew it was going to be terrible. So you needed that offense to go hard, right? And what happened? No show. And what do I say? Before this game happened, I said, gee, I'm going to see how Schottenheimer and them coach this game and see if this offense gets bogged down. And what happened, G? See, that's the thing. I don't hate on my Cowboys. I just know y'all. Y'all have patterns and trends. See, I worked at a job, and whenever they wrote your ass up, it was patterns and trends, and that's how they wrote your ass up, G. They looked at your patterns and trends. They said, oh, he lay every day around 10 o'clock a.m. every day. That's what time he come in, G. So that's your patterns and trends. So we're going to start marking and flagging you and just started writing you up on it. So Dallas has patterns and trends. So all you got to do is look at how they play, and the patterns and trends tell you how they're going to play in the game. And they did just what I thought they would do. I prayed they weren't going to do it, but they did what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, super slow start for that offense. Like I said in the beginning there, lots of pre-snap penalties. Not being able to convert on third down. Your defense did start that game off fast. They got the interception, had a good chance there to jump up by a touchdown.
We should have scored a touchdown right there.
Penalty at the 1 yard line on 3rd and goal. Had to take the field goal. That would have been that could have been that third Javonte Williams touchdown.
And I was looking at it when he got 2. I was like, I'm looking at G we about to post this.
And did you see before the half too? Aubrey they were in range for 70, and then Dak threw the pick. Yeah, I'm like, damn, that was the 70 right there.
Yeah, that was kind of scary though. I didn't like how Schottenheimer called this game. Don't like it.
Yeah, so it could have been 7-0 there. They took the field goal, 3-0. I felt like it was looking to me, and we saw this with Dez Bryant too, like where it was kind of looking a little forced to CeeDee Lamb at times. He's the big high-pay guy. It just felt like there was a play there where Pickens was open on the left. Dak didn't even look his way. He straight went to Lamb in the double coverage right there, and it almost just felt like he's looking for Lamb first, kind of forcing it to him. Dak just looked uncomfortable the whole game. The pressure was on him more than we've seen this year. So you can see that no matter how good you are with the pressure, a great quarterback can look average. But yeah, then the play calling, there was a lot of weird play calling. You were talking about Schottenheimer right there, passing the ball on 3rd and short, which is something that seems like, why are you doing that in this high pressure situation? And that's the same story that we always see.
I hate when they go as 3rd and 1 and you go in shotgun, or 4th and 1 and you do shotgun. I hate that. You got this Javonte Williams, and you got this offense. You can't get 1 yard. Y'all talked about being physical, but they're onto something. I wasn't digging deep into this, but I seen it in the streets from my dog boss Cowboys, and he was talking about how George Pickens was under targeted, and you just mentioned that right now, how Dak was forcing it to CeeDee Lamb.
It felt forced.
That's what I'm saying. Pickens was killing them Pickens was killing them boys. You feel me? Pickens was killing them boys. I don't know. I don't know, but Dak tends to do that when he wants to really go to one guy. He'll just keep doing that. I just feel that game on the for real, once they got 14-3, if I'm being seriously honest, once they were 14-3 on us, I thought the game was over. That's just me. I'm just keeping it real. Once they got on us 14-3, because what did I say to the keys of the game when we talked about the Broncos and the Cowboys? Cowboys don't get behind in Denver. Didn't I say that, G?
Mm-hmm.
I said Cowboys got to play ahead in Denver. You got to score touchdowns. Because if you go 3 and outs and you don't sustain those drives, you're going to lose. And you're going to lose big. And you're going to make Bo Nix look like a Pro Bowler. Just like you made Caleb Williams, who I can't stand. I don't know why I can't stand Caleb Williams. I don't know why I can't stand him. I just think he's overrated. And you had him get 4 touchdowns against you, Bryce Young. You got these young QBs who ain't, and they're just killing you, dog. And now you got Kyler Murray. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, and then in that game, it was a fast start for the defense because they did get the turnover and had a chance there to go up 7-0. I thought if they would have got that touchdown, that could have been big for momentum. And then they lost it. So the defense was playing pretty good until there was a 3rd down penalty in the first quarter on the defense that kept their drive alive that they scored on.
Mm-hmm.
That shifted momentum, and then all of a sudden the whole field's opened up. They're giving up these giant chunk plays. Just lots of confusion. You could see all the miscommunication on the field, rookies all over the place. We're going to talk about Matt Eberflus too and his future because I have some questions about what they're going to do with these draft picks they just got over the next 2 years for first-rounders because I think some people think that Eberflus don't have his guys and maybe they're going to give him more time and let him find his guys through the draft.
Well, number one, G, I'm going to say they probably will give him more time because who picked him? The Joneses. So they ain't going to fire him. See, they could fire Mike Nolan after 1 year, right? Because they didn't pick Mike Nolan. Mike McCarthy did, right? So when they pick somebody, they're going to let it ride out because we picked him, so we can't look stupid. We can't look like we made a mistake. So Eberflus is going to be able to get his guys. So, yeah, you're right on that tip. So I agree with you in that part where I feel like they're going to get Eberflus. Well, you didn't have Micah, and we traded him. They'll give him excuses, right? They'll give him excuses. We'll let you get your guys, and we'll build up this defense with your picks. You'll go ahead and get your defense. Whatever, dog. You said something else. What did you just say before that I wanted to expound upon? What did you just say before the Eberflus thing? You said something.
I was just talking about how if they were going to use the draft picks for him to be able to keep guys because right now people kind of think that maybe he don't have the right personnel because, that's kind of been the debate. The debate's been, is it the personnel or is it the players?
And he came out and said, it ain't nothing wrong with the scheme.
Yeah, so, well, then
that's telling to me,
he's
right? He's
saying I don't have the players.
Yeah, he said ain't nothing wrong with the scheme.
What about Ezeraku? Because that was a high pick, 2nd-round pick. You think that was an Eberflus pick? I mean, I'm sure he had influence on that.
I don't think – I like Ezeraku. I'm going to keep it real. I think Ezeraku is going to be okay. The problem with Ezeraku was when Micah Parsons got traded or was getting ready to leave, everybody was like, we okay. We got Ezeraku. You put too much pressure on that young boy, man. You put too much pressure on Ezeraku. Oh, we good. We don't need Micah Parsons. We got Ezeraku. Y'all gonna stop playing Micah Parsons like he chopped liver. You get what I'm saying, G? Like, I get it. He's not with Dallas no more. I get it. Y'all mad. He ain't with Dallas no more. He says things you don't like, whatever. But guess what? Micah Parsons is a dog.
He just had a 3-sack game.
Against the Cardinals. He won that game. Right? Now, you just seen he won that game. Dallas don't have nobody that can do that, and Kyler Murray coming. That was Jacoby Brissett who played in that game. That wasn't Kyler Murray. We don't got nobody that can get Kyler Murray. That little water bug gonna be running everywhere. We don't got nobody to get him. No, man. I can't wait to talk about that game. I said it was going to be a win. I said that might be the Boo Birds game. Think about this too, G. Remember 2017 when we did our show? 2018, we were 3-5. We had just traded for Amari, and we got our ass kicked against the Tennessee Titans, and the Boo Birds was out. And that's the video where I was like, where's their hope?
Yep, the Tennessee game. Yep.
Where's their hope?
And then they went on a win streak.
And then they went on the win streak. That ain't happening this year, though.
Not unless that defense gets a lot better real quick.
You beat Pat Mahomes?
That was another game right there.
You beat Pat Mahomes?
No, I was watching that game last night or Monday night.
You beat Pat Mahomes?
I said, yeah, we're about to
get destroyed. He going to have fun with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say what you want about Jalen Hurts. He going to beat you too.
Mm-hmm. And it's sad because, I mean, I know Joe Milton came in and played and they scored, but like you still scored 24 points, but you gave up 44 points, and that's just kind of been the story all year. So on the last show, you were talking about Schottenheimer maybe needs to step in there, say something like he needs to take a little bit more control or something. He is the head coach. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and give him, well, not because of that, but we're just going to grade the head coach spot right now at the midway point. We played 8 games, 17 games now, but we're pretty much mid-season right now. What kind of grade would you give Schottenheimer up to this point? And, you know, with it being a rookie first-year head coach, period, what kind of grade would you give him?
I'm teetering. Do I want to give him a C+ or a B-?
And like, why though? Like, what do you like about you know?
Well, Shade's
what do you think he needs to improve on? You know,
one thing I want him to stop doing is stop going to the media. See, Shade
to the media
with the media, because the media pressures him. And I feel like Shotty doesn't want to, because he's Libra gang, so I know what he be thinking. He don't want to ruffle feathers. He don't want to mess things up. So when they're like, "What's going on? What you gonna do? What you gonna do with that defense?" We're gonna make changes. We're gonna keep making changes. He keep on saying we're gonna make changes. Stop doing that, because when you do that, they holding you to that fire. So when it don't work, they were like, "I thought you was making all these changes." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just say, hey, we on it. We trying to figure it out. And don't stop saying you're going in these damn defensive meetings and I'm going to have more input now. I'm going to talk to them more now. Stop doing that. Just, oh, fuck y'all. Excuse my language. F y'all. I'm going to do it how I want to do it and shut the fuck up.
I was going to say, we need to just be loose like that.
You get what I'm saying, though? Yeah. Shut the fuck up. I'm the coach. I'm going to do it how I want to do it. You get what I'm saying? That's why I want Shotty to be. Yeah, I'm going to come in these defense meetings if I want to. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I got this. That's why, say that. Is what, Jerry going to fire you because you did that? If he did, then use a hoe.
He can't do that because
then he's a hoe then, right? Right?
Yeah, or it's just Jerry.
Jimmy didn't give a fuck. Bill Parcells didn't give a fuck in the meetings.
Yeah, I mean, they both got fired, but they did go a few years, 4 years maybe, 4 to 5 years each.
Them was your best coaches in your organization, though, and they didn't give a F.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Those
were those kind of guys.
Yeah, won't Shotty just be like, man, all right, well, whatever. I'm just shut the fuck up. Why don't he ever say that?
He probably agreed not to before he got hired.
Exactly.
Like, you can't say this kind of shit to
exactly. So that's what it is. I like you, Shotty, but I don't know.
I think he's obviously a pretty good offensive coordinator. Him and Dak,
I like his offense
together.
I like his offense, but I just feel like he caters to things. I think he's catering to things now, because he doesn't want to mess things up, because he is a first-year coach, because I think he wants to please everything. I think he wants to make everybody happy right now, so he's trying to say the right things instead of just being like, who cares? This is my team. I'm going to just go down in flames. So what?
I think people will say that he brings some kind of energy to the team.
He does, but
definitely more than what Mike McCarthy had. But Jerry's only going to hire a certain type of guy.
Mike McCarthy had three straight 12-win seasons, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? McCarthy. I didn't hate on Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that Schottenheimer had any influence on the hiring of Matt Eberflus?
Hell no. The Joneses said, see, this is the problem that we talked about, right? Off air, is they comfortable ass motherfuckers. You comfortable ass motherfuckers went and got, I told you, on November 29th, I think that was the day, go look it up in Google, when he got fired from the Bears, the day he got fired, Jerry was like, you got a place here. Don't worry about nothing. You got a place here. Tell me he didn't. Tell me the fuck he didn't. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He was like, yeah, you good here because you remember when you was here back in 2018 and then you left and went to the Colts and you had that job? Well, Marinelli ain't here. Come on over here and let's rekindle it. You feel me, G? Let's rekindle it. Now you got your opportunity. Come on over here. And see, I gave Eberflus a chance because some people are better defensive coordinators than head coaches, right? So I try to throw Eberflus in that category because when he had the Colts defense, it was a pretty good defense. The Bears wasn't terrible defense, right? So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But the fact that you went in there already, like with Mike McCarthy, when they said, yeah, we're going to hire you, but you got to keep Kellen Moore. You effed up right there. Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer, we love what you're doing, but Eberflus is your defensive coordinator, and you ain't got no say in it.
So, since we're talking about Eberflus, do you think, well, we were talking about this off the air a little bit, but we can come back to it now. We were talking about...
I might have to hit that short.
Yeah, I got you. We were talking about his future and if the Cowboys are going to let him stay around longer.
Oh yeah,
because he doesn't have his guys. Because right now there's some, the question are, is it the player or is it the personnel? So that's the question right now.
He came out and said it ain't the scheme. He came out and said it ain't the scheme. So basically saying these ain't my players. Get me my guys and let's see what it works. So you damn sure he's going to get another year at least. Because guess who hired him? It wasn't Schottenheimer that brought him in. It was the Joneses. And what do we know about the Joneses? If they handpick you, they ain't just going to throw you away because they want to be proved right. They're going to squeeze every ounce of that grape out of there until they're like, okay, like with Taco Charlton, after 5 years later, yeah, all right, we messed up. It don't matter now, right? Gee, just like what the referee said, Dez caught it. Nobody gives a fuck now. Who cares? 4 years later, 8 years later, Dez caught it. Don't nobody care now. It didn't matter. You should have said he caught it right then.
Yeah, the Cowboys are known for that. Let's see. Where are we at?
Cowboys known for a lot of things. We're the get right team.
The get right team. If you need the tune-up
If you
game.
need a monster game, play the Dallas Cowboys. We were talking off air that I think players circle the Cowboys now. Oh, we playing Dallas. I got that defense. Nigga, throw me the ball. Did I say that? I didn't mean to say that. But throw me the ball.
You know who needs the tune-up game? It's Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, and the Cardinals.
That's what we don't want, and that's what I feel is going to happen. I feel like this is the Boo Bird game. I'm not wishing this because I picked the Cowboys to beat the Cardinals, but now the way they lost to Denver, this could snowball, and we've seen it snowball. You remember we played the Cardinals when Jalen Smith was there, and they kicked Dallas's ass. Jalen tried to tackle somebody, kicked his leg in there. He tried. Who was it that got? I don't know who Jalen Smith was running, and he was not going to catch him. What year was that with Jalen Smith? The Cardinals whooped our ass. They whooped our ass.
I can't remember what year.
But they whooped our ass that year.
The Cardinals have won a lot against the Cowboys recently.
The Cardinals. Are we listening to what we're really saying right here, G? The Cardinals kick Dallas's ass. I remember back in my day when the Cardinals were the automatic victory in our division. Yeah, I was there when the Cardinals were in the division of the Cowboys.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yep, when I was young.
You feel me? And the Cardinals were always the automatic victory in the division. That's what the Cardinals were. If you didn't win any game, you're beating the Cardinals twice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Ooh. You feel me, G?
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals were the automatic game, and now they're kicking Dallas's ass. How times have changed, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm expecting the defense to give up 40 a game. So look for Kyler Murray,
And he's
Marvin
coming off an
Harrison,
injury.
everybody to have a big game.
And he's come and don't forget Trey McBride, tight end.
Yep. Their best player probably.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Dallas is lucky James Conner is out for the year. Because if James Conner wasn't hurt, he would have about 130. He would run all over Dallas. And I'm not, listen, y'all, I ain't trying to hate and trying to bash Dallas, but just don't act like y'all don't know this is the truth, right? Dallas played the Cardinals without Kyler Murray last time with, I can't even remember the damn quarterback with the bald head. He got the weird head. He looks like an alien. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Dobbs.
Yes.
He looks like an alien.
He came in and just
Josh Dobbs, yep.
right. And Gannon is about to he's about to get fired. He's not going to be with the Cardinals, right? He's fighting for his job. But guess what? The Cardinals are circling Dallas right now. Like
I say, the Cowboys game will save his job. That's
what I'm saying. This saves your job, right? This saves your job. If you were teetering, you beat the Cowboys, this will save your job. So the Cardinals right now are saying, man, we done beat Dallas so many damn times. We can beat them. Just stay true to what we do and you can beat them. That's the shame about it. Just stay true to what you do and you can beat Dallas because they're always going to fold under pressure.
Yeah, because the Cowboys always beat themselves, and they can't afford that with as bad as the defense is. They can't afford the bad penalties. They can't afford the big mistakes, the miscommunications on defense.
They don't know how to handle pressure.
There's just no room for error. The room for error is very small for this team. So the offense has to be almost perfect.
Yep.
The defense cannot make mistakes, and you cannot beat yourself with all the pre-snap penalties, which is what we saw in that Denver game. And that's just going to crush your momentum. You get a big play, it's called back by a penalty. You're always getting behind the sticks with the third down penalties, and then you can't convert on third down, and you're giving up a lot of pressure. So we better hope that we see something different, or it's going to be the same kind of result.
Yeah, well, like I said, this is the season on the break because if the Cowboys lose today, this is where we talk about the trade, right? Because this is the game. The Cardinals game is the game. Cowboys lose this game, the trade deadline is Tuesday. They play Monday. Cowboys lose this game to 3-5-1. Do the Cowboys make a trade then? Do they make an impact trade? Because we've already heard that Max Crosby, even though he's been sitting out of practice, and we always hear that when players are sitting out of practice, a trade's coming, right? But the Raiders said unequivocally he ain't getting traded. And then Max Crosby, and I heard what's that short dude? Jay Glazer. He said, Max Crosby said no. Then Pretty Ricky, who be on Twitter. I know y'all will be listening to Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky he said no. And when Pretty Ricky said no, I'm gonna kind of listen to him because Pretty Ricky, he be batting. He batting like 750. Pretty Ricky batting like 750 G on Twitter. He be coming in and be talking about them trades and then be out. And he said Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers are going to be in talk and going to pick up a defensive lineman in this trade, right? But if they lose, would they do it? Would they say 3-5-1? Is it worth it? Because you know how precious their picks are, G.
the picks haven't been panning out. And
that's a good segue.
Yeah, and when you look at the defensive line, they put a lot into that. Solomon Thomas, the Micah Parsons trade got all the picks back. Sam Williams is a guy you spent a second-round pick on recently.
Get rid of
Ezeraku, a second-round pick.
Get rid of Sam.
So it's frustrating when they put all this time into that defensive line, that effort into the defensive line, but then they still just can't. They don't seem to be getting guys. You got Osa Digizua, who's kind of having a disappointing season.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that a little bit earlier, how Solomon Thomas might be your best defensive interior guy right now. Motzie Smith, the bad first-round pick. So there's several different ways we could go with this. Yeah, Motzie Smith, bust. Sam Williams, second-round pick, right? Second-round pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bust.
Yep. So
He's a bust.
those are a lot of picks that have been coming up here lately.
Bust.
And we might as well
Schoolmaker, bust.
all higher draft picks, first, second-round picks. That's crazy. So I brought this up to you earlier, and I haven't been hearing a lot of people talk about it, but when the Cowboys are drafting well, Will McClay gets a lot of the praise for it. But when they're been drafting poorly the last few years, do they need to consider him? Because Jerry ain't going nowhere. But it's just like, what kind of move can be made maybe to get a different personnel in here, or will it still be the same thing regardless? But Will McClay, is that a guy that could be a scapegoat or something? Because when you look at those drafts of the last few years, it has not been great.
See, here's the thing about Will McClay. This is what we talked about, the comfortability of this organization, and this is why this organization, to me, doesn't go anywhere, because everybody is comfortable in their position. See, Will McClay, I don't hate on Will McClay. He's helped Dallas tremendously. If they didn't have him around in the building, they wouldn't be shit. Let's keep it real. But Will McClay, he's got to bear some brunt of this, right? He's comfortable too, and I talked about this a couple videos ago. He's comfortable too, because Will McClay, he don't care about a title, right? He don't care about a GM title. I'm eating good. I'm living good. And here's the thing. Jerry and them ain't never going to get rid of Will McClay. It's so funny to me. It's almost comedy to me, G. Remember when Will McClay, his contract always coming up. Oh, Will McClay's contract's coming up. Houston Texans want him. Blah, 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 want him. Dallas, blah, blah, blah. Will McClay signs. I'm tired of hearing that shit. You know why? You know why, G? He ain't going nowhere. If he went to the Houston Texans, you're going to have a laser on you. A laser. And you better make all them picks and all that work you did over in Dallas and all that magic you did, you better do it over here, because if you don't make it over here in 2 or 3 years, you're going to be out of a job. Do you think Will McClay wants to do that? Would you do that? No, you're going to stay where it's comfortable. I don't need a title. I'm making all kind of money. I can make a mistake and ain't nobody saying shit because I do all the work. Because Jerry and them is lazy with it. Like I said, Jerry is the GM, right? Jerry being the GM, when he bought the Dallas Cowboys, right? He bought it with oil or whatever the hell he bought it with, right? He's the GM. Did Jerry put any footwork? Now listen, find me video where Jerry and Steven were putting in footwork, scouting, looking, putting in that footwork that them GMs do. They start at the low level and they work themselves up and then they become GMs. Jerry bought the team and said, I'm the GM. You see it, G? That's the flawed right there, right? You got two guys who played football thinking they know football. Just because you play football don't mean you know football, right? And you want to keep all your family in there and you just want to keep your family on. That's fine if you want to keep your family on, but man, after 30 years, don't you think, damn, we might have to make a change because we kind of might not know something? But see, you don't want nobody telling you what to do. And see, as I said, Will McClay, everybody's comfortable in that organization, G. And as long as everybody's comfortable, there ain't never going to be no change. Things are always going to happen like them weird-ass games like, damn, how does Dallas always lose like this? Why? Because they just comfortable. Right? Everybody's comfortable. Will McClay comfortable, Jerry comfortable, everybody comfortable. As long as they're competitive. Remember Stephen Jones said, we ride around the rim. As long as they're competitive, there ain't never going to be no change. Y'all better understand that.
Yeah, and talking about being comfortable and Stephen Jones, he was in the news for a little soundbite that he had.
And this is at the beginning of, and what y'all seen this? Them damn quotations, that's some hoe ass shit.
Let's take a listen.
Obviously, we're also evaluating where it didn't go right, in terms of, this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl. And obviously,
Wow.
Bro, he said, and this is why I posted this video like last week. This dude said, so-called drought, 30 years, and I don't even want to go back to Jimmy G. I don't want to go back to him because that's so long ago, right? But Jerry, you was an oil man. You brought a real football guy. You know why you brought him in, G? G, you was an oil man. You brought a football guy in, right? That football guy turned your team around. You didn't like how he didn't give you no credit. You didn't like how he was like, man, you don't know shit. Just man, you don't know shit. Just go over there and spend the money and get the players like you supposed to and let me do this. Jerry didn't like him talking to him like that. Right? He didn't. Jimmy like, man, you don't know shit about no football. Shut up. For real. That's why that separation happened. Jerry like, I'm going to prove to you I can do this. In them younger years, Jerry was gung-ho because he was so gung-ho trying to do it. Kept failing. You think 83 years old, you think Jerry's gung-ho like that? No, he ain't. He doing just like he said. What y'all heard that quote when he was like, I'm over here trying to get $100 million deal with this gas. I ain't tripping on this Dallas Cowboys defense. Because you know what he's saying? I'm 83 years old. I'm making sure my kids is good. I ain't tripping on this Dallas defense. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. We good. I'm still making money. See, Jerry and them don't like when you don't come to them games. We don't never do that, though. We always talk about it. We say it in the streets, G, right? We say it in the streets. You got to boycott these dudes. That's the only way they're going to change, but we don't do it. We fans, we don't do it. Fans ain't going to do it. And if them fans ain't never going to do it, they ain't never going to change. If it ain't never really, it's the truth. If it ain't ever hitting Jerry's pockets, he ain't changing shit. Why would he? I'm still eating. What I need to change for? I'm still making billions of dollars. What do I need to change for? Yeah, I'm going to try to get to a Super Bowl, but if we don't get to it, I ain't tripping. You think, listen to a lot of his quotes. You think if they came to him and say, hey, man, what about a Super Bowl? Look, I want to get a Super Bowl, but if I don't get another Super Bowl, I'm going to be okay. I got Super Bowls. My family good. We okay. I guarantee you Jerry would talk to you like that. He ain't tripping on no Super Bowls, bro. Stop believing all that shit. He want to get one, but if he don't, he ain't tripping.
I just don't get why are they so delusional like Stephen Jones with the Super Bowl drought quote? Like what?
Because they
you
gonna
think
say,
we're blind? That's like insulting our intelligence.
They do think we're blind.
He thinks 30 years of no Super Bowl is not a Super Bowl drought. And that's the issue right there, because they obviously think whatever they're doing is good enough. And they haven't even gotten close.
Bro, they just think that, I just feel like they got that pompous attitude, like, we're the Dallas Cowboys. Think about it. When they talk to the players, we're the Dallas Cowboys. Sign with us. We're the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like, that don't wear like it used to wear back in the day. Players use you as a hedge, but they ain't looking at you because they know you cheap. If we know they're cheap, G, what do you think that? Okay, I'm curious. If me and you think the Cowboys are cheap, right? What do you think the players think, and they deal with them every day, and we don't? Don't you think the players like, man, nigga, I ain't going to no Dallas Cowboys. The motherfuckers ain't paying shit.
I'm guessing the guys they get. I'm guessing the guys they get just look at it like this is just a job.
I'm gonna get this right quick, and you know what? Some of them are
I'm just here to get paid
I'm
and
gonna
be a
sign
star.
this 1 year deal, and probably I'm gonna try to blow up with the Cowboys because I'm gonna be seen on TV. Think about it. If you're a player and you're like Solomon Thomas, I'm not saying this is him, but if you're Solomon Thomas and you're out of your contract and Cowboys offer you a deal, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Cowboys because I'm gonna be on TV every week. If I'm play really good, I'm going to get a deal because it's the Cowboys. You're going to see me all the freaking time. Why do you think players will come here? Not because they're getting big deals. It's because you're going to see me. It's the Cowboys. I'm auditioning for another job somewhere else. You don't think we're not in the locker rooms? You don't think these players that are doing this every single day aren't talking like this? Yeah, they are. Ain't no real players coming to Dallas. Where is a real player coming to Dallas? And that stuff with George Pickens, that's what I'm saying. That's just another proof that they ain't trying to do shit. If you traded for him, right, and he was a rental, then why didn't you go all in from the very beginning? Because you knew he was a dog. You knew he was a dog, right? So now y'all going to play we're going to wait till the end of the year. You're going to franchise tag him. He ain't going to like that shit. He ain't going to want to play under that. It's going to be drama. You're going to play the game. Like, y'all just, Dallas, my bad. Dallas just does it all wrong, bro. They're just corny asses.
It's probably just going to be a Micah Parsons type situation all over again.
It is. And it's going to be drama.
For the offseason.
It's going to be distraction. It's going to be drama. Do you think George Pickens going to want to play under that tag? No franchise. Them players don't want to play under no franchise tag. And he has the same agent, I believe, is Micah Parsons. You think they're going to want to do that? That's why you should already came with him with a deal like, hey, we're trading for you. We got a deal in place. Because what did you really think he wasn't going to? He got really good numbers with average quarterbacks. You didn't think he was going to get good numbers with Dallas? And now all of a sudden in week 5, week 6, now you're like, oh, now you're talking about signing him. Oh, we're going to wait till the end of the year. What? For drama? Franchise tag him. Oh, let's try to get picks. Rely on rookies. And I just want to say this one time. Cowboys kill me. Y'all don't want to gamble on players that played in 5 years in the league and they want to get a payday because they earned it. Y'all want to keep going with these rookies. That's not the biggest gamble in the world, G. Y'all want to hold on to these first round picks. Everybody's talking about Downs from Ohio State, right? We're out here in OSU. We know he's a dog, right, G? There's no guarantee you're going to get him. There's no guarantee you're going to pick him. There's no guarantee he's going to be good. These dudes are coming from college to the NFL. And guess what? We just talked about the draft. Dallas ain't been doing too good in the draft. So now we're going to always rely on the draft picks when Dallas ain't been doing the greatest in the draft the last 4 years, right? So we're going to rely on draft picks when Dallas ain't been drafting the best. And then they go get free agents that are super cheap, that are bottom of the barrel guys. There's a reason why those guys are getting signed for those low end deals. People don't want them. You're trying to get them for the low and try to trick everybody in the league. And then you go and get undrafted players and you rely on them. That's what I'm saying. So you don't get top end players. Your drafts have been okay. You rely on undrafted players and then you try to sell us on this is going to work all the time. No, it's not, because the last year, I'm going to say you really had a chance was 2022. Y'all let me down. But you know what's so bad about that is in that 22 season, when they played the Niners, and as soon as Tony Pollard got hurt, we talked about this just early in the show. As soon as Tony Pollard got hurt in that San Francisco game, we were all like, game over. We lost. Say you didn't do it. Say you didn't do it as a Cowboys fan. As soon as Tony Pollard got hurt, you said, oh, we lost. Yeah, you did. You just said it, G. We had to have everything go right for us to win. So how the hell do we think Dallas is going to make it to a championship game when everything has to be freaking perfect? I don't want to say this doom and gloom, but damn, it's the same thing happening year in and year out. So I can't say anything different. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I think for Dak Prescott, I feel like if he could win a Super Bowl,
It ain't gonna be in Dallas.
if he could somehow, it would be in spite of them. So,
It will never happen.
but
though.
if they won a Super Bowl, would you feel like, man, they don't deserve this?
No, I actually we talked. I'm glad you brought that up, G. I would love for the players to win the Super Bowl and not the Joneses to get it. I don't want the Joneses to win the Super Bowl. I'm being so honest. I want the players to win the Super Bowl because they deserve through all the BS that they have to go through with the Joneses and the goofy shit that they do. But guess what? It ain't happening, G. It ain't happening. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and die on that hill. They're not winning. They're not going to the Super Bowl under Jerry Jones. Jerry gonna have to die. I don't know what happened with under Steven because I don't know Steven and how he would act without his daddy there. I don't know how Steven would act. He might act different with his daddy ain't there. I can't say that. But I know as long as Jerry there, they ain't winning shit. You can believe what you want to believe. You need to really think about it. He came in, bam, 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 Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. You had your fun in the sun. And now you hell-bent on you want to show the world that you can do it. And you're not going all out like everybody else because it's comfortable. People talk about your boy Howie Rosen, was it Rosenhaus from Philadelphia? Right? Not Howie Rosenhaus, but what's his name? Howie blah blah blah. What's his name? For Philadelphia, the general manager.
Howie Rosenberg or something?
Something about whatever his name. Everybody be on him like, he the man. But you know what? They already were talking about him in Philly. Oh, you better get it right because 2 years of bad drafts and bad mistakes, all that stuff you did, you're going to get fired. Right? Jerry ain't never, like you said, I ain't never firing myself. That's the problem. People don't want to hear that. We always want to talk about getting this player and that player and this and that. I get it. But when that dude who's the general manager, he's done a terrible job. He is a terrible general manager. He is. He don't know football. He don't know football more than the next man. No, he don't. He tried to portray it just because he played football for the team. Him and Steven, they don't know football. Like I said, they weren't in the trenches like a lot of these other general managers that put in the work, that put in scouting years and years to learn the game. This dude was rich. He bought the team and said, I'm the general manager. And he's been that way for 30 years. And the only reason why they won is because you had a pure football guy. When the pure football guy left, you ain't won shit. And you ain't come close to winning it because you're not a football guy. And I know it's never going to happen, him relinquishing that position. So that's why I said they ain't never winning, because this dude is 83 years old and he's making the decisions on football shit. Think about that. 83, dude. I don't care. I'm not being no age hater. But, bro, we got this dude who's 83 and he's telling us, well, the linebackers aren't having gap integrity. Man, what? Be quiet. I can tell you that. I can tell you they're not having gap integrity. I want to sit with Jerry Jones. Let me be a guest, and you tell me what cover 3 is. You tell me what cover 2 is, cover 3. Tell me what all that is. If you do, I'll shut the fuck up. Because you're the general manager. I don't know if you know all that. And you're making the football decisions.
Well, he might as well make himself a coach, too.
He wants to be one. If he could, he would. You don't think he wouldn't?
I don't know if you got a chance to watch it yet with the documentary. He's in the locker room with the guys. He's trying to. And I don't know if you saw a few weeks ago after a big win, they were doing the little thing Schottenheimer does now. Where
Where
they call out the big play and they all say it together.
Yeah.
Jerry was in on that, trying to be like he's one of the guys on the team.
Bro.
They all look at him like he's just money.
Man, I wonder what them players really think about him. I wonder what they really think about him. He's like, you'll never know. So,
some guys might come out and say it, but they all do seem kind of hush about it. So
everybody's
they probably
hush
all
about
love
Jerry.
him, but they know.
I feel like they love him, but it's controlled love.
You know, like Michael Irvin loved Jerry Jones,
You know why?
but he knows how it is.
You know why I love Jerry Jones. I got your ass off. You gonna love me for life.
All right. So we're probably about to wrap it up here soon. I did want to go into one thing here about this Cardinals game. And so I kind of wanted this thing called like Monday's headlines, but in this case Tuesday because it's Monday night game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tuesday morning, a headline. Let me get one for a win, and then we'll talk about a headline if it's a loss.
Okay, so a headline if it's a win. Staying alive. If they lose, damn, I don't know what to say. Because in my head, my first thing is same old Cowboys. That's my first thing always. When anything happens, same old Cowboys. To me, it's just sad. If you go from every regime or every coach, from Chan Gailey, Bill Parcells, Dave Campo, Jason Garrett, Wade Phillips, the same thing happens to each and every one of those teams. The same exact thing. Okay, I'm sorry. Is that coincidence? And now it's happening to Schottenheimer too. Right? Whenever it's a big game, because remember, we had Dan Quinn, right? People are talking about Eberflus, right? And Eberflus talking about, I don't got the personnel, right? Eberflus, they're saying, oh, he's worse than Mike Nolan. Because we remember in 2020 how Mike Nolan was trash, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn came in, and he didn't do what neither one of them did. He had the lowest rated as far as points, the turnovers, the sacks. He was doing it. But guess what, Whenever it was a big game against Dan Quinn, what happened? Dan Quinn's defense folded too. And and one game in particular was that Buffalo game. We had to really win that game, and they ran through us. James Cook ran all over us. Josh Allen I think only threw for like 100 yards, and they ran for like 250. They just ran it down our throats. And Josh Allen, I think, is never lost to Dallas.
Sounds about right.
So when we play elite quarterbacks and elite teams like that, Dallas never wins.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we get hyped on this Cowboys team? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bash our team. But when we play the elite teams with the elite quarterbacks, Dallas doesn't win. Am I not right?
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. Let me see us beat Pat Mahomes this year.
It's hard to admit it as a Cowboys fan because you want to root for your team and be positive and hope that you win. But you got to be realistic and know that, like you say, it's always been the same thing.
Whenever it's a dog team and whenever it's a win we need to have, they don't do it. Period. The last time I seen a Cowboys team have that, remember with the November swoon, they used to always call it with us, the November swoon, 2014. That year, they ran through that December year. And we was like, damn, this might be a different Dallas team. We always losing in December. We beat everybody that year, remember? They beat everybody that year. And then Jason Garrett had some nuts and played all his starters against Washington. We thought he was going to sit down. He had some nuts. So, really, you know what? That's why I feel like, Jerry Jones, you did some bad stuff off the field. And that's why we lost against the 2014. That's why we had that call go against us, because you was bad off the field. And that's the only reason why that would happen, because later on, 4 or 5 years later, they said that was a catch.
Yeah, that was the best chance we had in a long time. That was
And
the
that
best
defense,
chance of Romo's career.
And that defense wasn't even great. Dallas probably would have. I don't even know if Dallas would have won that game because it was still like 4 minutes left in the game and Aaron Rodgers was kicking our ass the whole game. So they probably would have took it all the way down the field and scored a touchdown. I don't know what would have happened because people were like, oh, we done win that game. No, they still had 3-4 minutes left in that game, and Aaron Rodgers was not being stopped in that game.
That was a DeMarco Murray season right there. That was his huge season, and Des Bryant was a beast at that time.
So many
Witten.
seasons.
I know so many great players come through there, and you're not even getting close.
Oh,
I want at least an NFC Championship game appearance.
you ain't even getting close.
You can't even reach the NFC Championship game.
And every time it's a game, it's either heartbreak or blowout.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's never a loss where it's like, okay, I can live with that.
Right.
It's like, damn, y'all sucked. Y'all got crushed.
And it's like, where do we think this team is? Like, if we really evaluate this team as it is right now, is this a playoff team? Do you want to see this team in the playoffs? I'm be honest. I don't want to see Dallas go to the playoffs.
Set you up for another letdown.
No, you set you up for a big blowout. I don't want to see this team get blown out in the playoffs again where teams are just talking shit about Dallas and people are like, yeah, same old Cowboys, y'all suck. Why? Because if this team limps into the playoffs, dog, they got a gauntlet of teams. You didn't beat the Carolina Panthers. You didn't beat the Chicago Bears when they were 0-2. You didn't beat the Carolina Panthers. They were still struggling. Both them teams just lost, G. And Caleb Williams and them both look human, and Bryce Young is out. You get what I'm saying? And if you lose to these Cardinals who are 2-5 already, you really gonna sell me on you're gonna make a run after the bye and you're playing Kansas City, Philadelphia, Minnesota, San Diego. And even if San Diego is struggling, it don't matter because if a team is struggling, if they play Dallas, they won't struggle. That's the problem.
So who do you think, what do you really think is going to happen on Monday night? Give us a bold prediction, and what do you think is going to happen?
I predicted a win before, but now, Cowboys fans, forgive me. Y'all can hate me. I understand. Y'all can hate me right now. Cowboys fans, y'all can hate me. But I feel like this might be the Boo Birds game. Boo! Kyler Murray just running around throwing it. Marvin Harrison Jr., who been struggling, dropping passes, ain't had a big game yet. Marvin Harrison Jr., I ain't hyped about him, but why do I feel like he's going to have a big game? I just feel it in my spirit. As soon as this game started, I said, oh, boy, Marvin Harrison Jr., he been struggling. People been talking about his drops. He ain't playing into his potential as being the number 1 draft pick. This is the perfect game for him to get off. Kyler Murray coming back from injury. Ain't lost. We don't got nobody who does Dallas struggle against? Scrambling quarterbacks. And he's a jitterbug. You don't see him breaking the pocket and scrambling for 30 or breaking the pocket, throwing it deep and Marvin Harrison Jr. wide open or jumping over 2 defenders. Marvin Harrison Jr. wide open for a touchdown.
Yeah. With the miscommunication that we see, that could happen easy.
I'm sorry. Why do I believe it happened in Denver? Why? I'm not going to believe it's not going to happen against Kyler Murray and these guys. Their defense ain't great, but guess what? Now you're putting all the pressure on Dak and them. They got to score on every damn possession. It's not going to happen. They're not going to score on every possession. They're going to have some 3-and-outs. And Schottenheimer, I like how he coaches, but sometimes it gets scary and you can see it in the game. And when he does it, the team is going to take over and they're going to score another touchdown. And then you're going to be down 2 touchdowns. And then Dak's got to force it. And then maybe the interception comes, returned for a touchdown. Like think about it when you're a player, G. When you feel like you got to go in and you got to do everything. That's a lot of pressure on you. You start effing up. It's not that you're a bad player. It's that you start forcing shit because you feel like I got to do it. We're down 2 touchdowns. I gotta make a play. I gotta make a play, and that's when the mistakes happen. You get what I'm saying? And guess what? Dallas is a average team, G. And when they make mistakes as an average team, it bites them in the ass.
It's really, for me, especially in that last game there, watching that, it's those penalties that is a big part of it too. Because the defense did have momentum in that game after that interception.
But dude, honestly, I didn't really feel like they would keep the momentum because they're in Denver. All Denver needed to do is make a big play. It just feels like you make one big player series, then Dallas defense is deflated and they're done the rest of the game.
So why all of a sudden does the Cowboys offensive line break down? They've been playing great all season, right? We were talking about that last week, how they've been playing really well.
Pressure.
But why all of a sudden does the defensive line just break down and in a game like this, a bigger game? I don't understand.
You just said it. You're saying it right now.
Yeah.
You said a bigger game.
Yeah, but I know.
It. Players ain't robots.
So, but, is it Dak playing bad? Is it the offensive line that's breaking down? Because I don't care what kind of quarterback you are. If you don't have time to throw, as soon as he hits that back foot, there's a guy on his face.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've played in sports a long time. I've also played with teams where as soon as there was a mistake, the first thing you say is, "Here we go again." And as soon as you do that, you start playing that way. You start making the mistakes. You start making the mental errors. You start doing the small things that you concentrate on. You don't, because you start thinking, "Here we go again." They jumped on us again. Here we go. Somebody false start. Man, we doing the same shit we always do. Mentally, you start doing that in your head, and then when it's your time to do a play, right, G, and you're the star player, false start 88. Why does CD just do that? You know why? Because he mad at the team. Man, y'all motherfuckers still doing that same shit every time. And now when he go to the line, all right, man, because his head ain't in it now. I think that's what happens. It starts snowballing to the players. One little mistake happens, and then it snowballs, and then you see it. Dallas makes one little mistake in a game, and it's like, damn, the avalanche comes. You just said it. You get a turnover in the game. We feeling good. You take it down the field. You have the penalty. You get a 3. Oh, Lord. You needed that 7. They come down and score 7-3. Oh, my gosh. You start thinking in your head, oh, don't tell me you didn't start thinking 7-3. Uh-oh, we got to score. As soon as they got 14-3, we might not win.
Well, this is why they say defense wins championships, because when you have an offense that's as good as they are, as soon as they're having an off game, you can't afford to be giving up that many points. So, when you got a defense like, say, just to compare, nothing like that, but the 2000 Ravens or something, where they giving up like 13 points a game or something crazy like that. If you had that kind of defense, then you can afford to be bad on offense.
Exactly.
But you can't afford that. So as soon as you slip up on offense, you're gonna be in trouble if you have an off game, and it's any given Sunday.
And that's what you just said, G. Your offense is not going to play like that every single game. Your defense will always carry, though. Your defense will carry in the snow, in the mud, in the rain. If you got that defense, it will always keep you in the game. So you don't have to score 30 points. You can win a game scoring 13. You can win a game scoring 10, because that defense is going to get them 3 and outs for you, and you'll make that critical. You got a field goal kicker in Brandon Aubrey that can kick a 60-yarder. So you don't have to score a lot of points. You can win on a field goals. So that's why it's optimal that you have a tough defense, but you don't, and you haven't, because guess what? Jerry don't sell the world on the defense. Jerry sells the world on the offense. That's what sells tickets to Jerry. The offense, not the defense. But guess what? When Dallas won them Super Bowls, it wasn't this. Everybody talking about Michael Irvin and all that, but it was that defense. It was that defense in them 90s that got us them Super Bowl wins. It wasn't when we was playing bad in that Buffalo game and Emmett wasn't doing his thing. It was James Washington who got them 2 turnovers, and that defense got them turnovers. When Dallas won that Super Bowl against Buffalo, we got 9 turnovers in that Super Bowl. That's what that won that Super Bowl for you. You get what I'm saying? That defense, when you beat the Denver Broncos in that Super Bowl in the 70s when I watched it, you killed them. Harvey, it was Ed Too Tall Jones and Randy White, I believe, were the MVPs. Defense that won the Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at all the Super Bowls that Dallas really won, it was the defense. Yeah, you had good ass offenses, but you had a defense that whenever that offense stalled, that defense can hold it and the offense could come back. But if your defense can't hold shit, you putting too much pressure on all your offense, it's not going to get a score every single time. You're talking insanity if you think your offense in real life is going to score every single possession. It's not. Your defense has got to hold people. It's got to stop people so your offense can maybe get in a rhythm and be able to do its thing. If your defense, which is the 32 ranked defense, and it's not stopping off, anybody's giving up 419 yards a game overall, and it's not stopping anybody, you have no hope. You have no chance. When you play these playoff teams like you're going to play, you're not beating them teams because no matter how good Dak Prescott plays, you saw with Romo, as soon as Romo would take us all the way down the field and score, they score in 2 plays. And we'd be like, God damn. Mm-hmm. And don't you think Romo's sitting there like, shit, we just scored. I got to go right back on the field and score another touchdown? You don't think Dak and them feel that way? Damn, we just scored. I just sat down. Y'all literally just gave up a touchdown just like that. Now I got to have the pressure of scoring another touchdown. It's not reality. Your offense ain't going to score every single possession, and it's not their fault. You got to have a defense in this world, in this day, in everything you do. In basketball and football and hockey and everything, you got to have defense. If you don't have defense, you ain't winning shit. So as long as Dallas has a 32 ranked defense, why are we talking about this year? I'm not trying to throw away the year, but do we really think the Dallas Cowboys are going to go to the playoffs? And if they do go to the playoffs, you really think this team is going to do something when they've been exposed by lesser teams? You think when they get to the playoffs, better teams aren't going to expose them? Seriously? That's a facade.
Well, Jerry knows that offense sells, so that's probably what mostly he's always focused on, but
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, we got to start wrapping this thing up, so I'm about to go ahead and pop us an outro. Here we go.
Jerry's gonna be Jerry.
That's going to wrap it up for the Thursday night BGJ Show.
And Producer G in the
With
building.
Producer G.
Hey, ho. I like that. My dog T, he hooked that shit up. He kind of did hook that up. Donation.
Trying to be positive.
Well, I guess on that note, we'll be back next week.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
I don't even want to say like "Go Cowboys" or something like that. You don't even feel good saying that.
I ain't saying that shit. We'll see. I don't give a hell.
All right, that's it. We'll see ya. Peace.